I'm telling you about the story of the Great Italian Cinnamon War of 1578 circa. So,
Is it 1732?
I don't even know, dude. It's circa, so it's average. So, it all started when a man discovered cinnamon. His name was Gregorio. Some people still write his name in cursive to this day.
In cursive.
Wait, is that the name that you write on the paper all the time? So many.
Just go on with the story.
So he discovered a brand new species of insect called Cinnamonio. So basically when you grind up the insect, it turns to like this fine powder, and it tastes really good. So he's like, alright, I just invented cinnamon. So, okay. So, he's like, alright, cool, dude, that's cinnamon. So now all the other countries wanted this, and like Russia especially, they're like, the Soviet Union wants the cinnamon. Pietrov, get the AK-47 and the vodka. We'll get the cinnamon. And then, so like, over in France, they're like, we need some cinnamon for the creme brulee. And then, yeah, so like, all the countries everywhere, they're just like, alright, man, we gotta get the cinnamon. So they're like, what strategy can we use to peacefully get the cinnamon? I don't want to start a war against powerful Italy. They're like, alright, we're gonna use doggos. So they equip doggos with hyperspeed missiles. And they're like, alright, doggos, run free. And so the general of Russia was Lincoln. But back then his name was Sergei. Sergei. So they gave Sergei the hypersonic missiles. And so he like shot over all the way from Russia to Italy. And so he was like, freak man, I'm hungry now. So he went to a nice Italian bistro on 42nd Street. So he had some food and he's like, you know what? I actually don't want to like fight at Italy anymore. I really like this place. So he joins Italy instead and he changes his name to Mussolini. I can't think of anything else Italian. So he joins them and then he's like, I will fight for the better cause of cinnamon. So he starts fighting all these other dogs all by himself. And it turns out he's the chosen one. Aren't you, Lincoln?
He could have just changed his name to Lavino.
Mussolini. Mussolini. That's what I changed it to. Lavino.
Lavino or a Feliciano.
Yeah, and then so Lincoln was he also became friends with a great like Italian chef.
When does his name change?
Oh, that's soon. So he defends the power of cinnamon and he becomes like a great war hero, don't you, Lincoln? And then so he's just chilling. Then he moves over to the U.S. to get a better life, immigration and all that stuff. He meets a guy named Abraham Lincoln. So he's like Lincoln's just this dog Mussolini is just chilling in a tree, and Lincoln just like cuts it down out of nowhere. So Lincoln's like, "What the heck? You want to get hypersonic missiled on?" And then so Abraham's like, "Nah, dude, I want to become president." Lincoln's like, "Okay, let's be friends." So Abraham Lincoln and Mussolini, they're just like chilling, and Lincoln ends up getting shot. And so Mussolini hunts down the killer, and he's like, "Why did you do it?" He's like, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." So Mussolini was like, "You know what? I will not settle for this anymore." So he like uses his hypersonic missiles and goes like mad dog crazy. So he destroys John Wilkes Booth. But then John Wilkes Booth like takes some of his DNA and creates like a clone of him, and her name is Jenna Booth. It's all connected. So now he changes his name to Lincoln to keep the legend alive. Good dog though. And then, hey, I'm just trying to get a crack at you.
Please keep going. Please keep going. We've got 3 minutes.
Alright. So then Lincoln, he's like, I'm tired of the U.S. There's too much fat people. So he moves back to Japan. He's like, man, this place is an island. So he's not happy anymore. So then he finds a scientist in Russia again. And he's like, oh, I used to be the general of the dog army. And so the scientist is like, ooh, very nice, Sergei. So he's like, please, I don't go by that name anymore. It's not who I am. I've experienced too much. You can see the pain in his eyes. Just look at that. So they find out a way to make him a human so he can like transform. So first he uses this to become a pop star, and he goes by the name Hannah Russia. And he inspires other pop stars like Hannah Montana and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then he adopts the name Oprah Winfrey. Because during the dog wars he stole a lot of money from banks. So then he meets a person named Officer Casey. So then they also meet Mr. Wheeler, and they start like a triangle of like dare, mock trial, and reality shows.
Kind of like the Bermuda.
Yeah.
Gets lost in it.
And so now people are like trying to figure out who this Bermuda Triangle was. And then so they were like, all right, it's the reptilian overlords. And President Obama got blamed, even though Lincoln was always a reptilian overlord himself. So, now everyone was like, what the heck? Who are these reptilian overlords? And Lincoln was like, it's me. And so he reveals himself to actually be the person behind basically every world government. So now people are like, we can't let a dog run the world. And so he starts mock trial. So now he's trying to find a new group of people to lead the world after he retires. So he starts mock trial and he meets our team. And we're like, okay, we just want to find out who our parents are. He's like, it's me. You were all genetically cloned. But I was like, but we all look
Two
so...
Indian boys and a bunch of white girls, yeah.
I was like, but we all look so different. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's a new type of cloning.
Diversity is like, you know.
For diversity.
Recessive genes.
You make me thingy!
Dude, keep going, finish it up, my dad's here.
Will you
Okay.
say that one more time?
You make me thingy!
Okay, go.
Go, please.
Okay.
Okay. So then, when he finally meets us, he takes off his mask yet again. And reveals she's the one we never thought it would be. Chaz now. Yeah.
Part of me just died.
You called your daughter a guy?
I want you to do that really, really quick. I'm gonna get the next step.
Varun, is it over?
Okay. Cardio.
Oh, it was so gross.
Varun.
What?
Oh.
Okay. I think I'm done.
I'm so happy. I'm really getting Snapchats of that store.
Island. I have my children.
Wow!
I'll see you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side, Doodle.
Buy my clone from another dog. Licky thingy.